A literature review is a crucial part of any master's dissertation. It demonstrates your understanding of the existing research in your field. A well-structured literature review shows you can critically analyze and synthesize existing knowledge. This is essential for building a strong foundation for your dissertation. Think of your literature review as a roadmap. It guides the reader through the landscape of existing research. This roadmap highlights key findings, debates, and gaps in the field. A well-structured review ensures clarity and coherence, making it easier for readers to follow your arguments. This tutorial will discuss various methods for structuring a literature review. We will explore chronological, thematic, methodological, theoretical, and contextual or geographical approaches. Each method will be illustrated with examples related to consumer behavior and sustainability. By the end of this essay, you will be equipped with the knowledge to choose the most effective structure for your literature review. This will empower you to present your research in a clear, compelling, and impactful manner. A chronological structure presents research in order of publication date. This approach is useful when tracing the evolution of a specific concept, theory, or debate over time. It allows the reader to understand how thinking has developed and changed. Imagine you're researching the impact of social media marketing on sustainable consumer behavior. A chronological review might begin by exploring early studies on consumer responses to traditional advertising. It could then progress to examine research on the rise of social media and its influence on purchasing decisions. Finally, it would focus on recent studies analyzing the effectiveness of social media campaigns promoting sustainable products. This approach is suitable when the chronological order offers valuable insights into the development of the field. It helps to illustrate how research has progressed over time. However, a purely chronological structure may not always be the most effective. This is especially true if it leads to a fragmented narrative, jumping between different perspectives without clear connections. Thematic organization involves grouping studies based on common themes or topics. This approach allows for a more focused and in-depth exploration of specific aspects of your research question. Let's say your research focuses on the factors influencing consumer choices for eco-friendly fashion. You could organize your literature review around themes such as consumer attitudes and perceptions. This theme would explore studies examining consumer awareness, attitudes, and perceptions towards sustainable fashion. Social influence could discuss research on the role of social norms, peer influence, and social media in shaping eco-conscious fashion choices. Marketing and communication could analyze studies investigating the effectiveness of different marketing strategies and communication channels in promoting sustainable fashion. This approach is particularly useful when your research question involves multiple facets. It allows you to delve deeper into each aspect, providing a comprehensive analysis. Thematic organization helps you present a clear and cohesive narrative, highlighting the relationships between different aspects of your research. A methodological structure groups studies based on the research methods employed. This approach is beneficial when comparing and contrasting the findings of quantitative, qualitative, or mixed method studies. If your research investigates the effectiveness of different interventions to promote sustainable consumption, you could structure your review by research methods. Quantitative studies could analyze studies using surveys, experiments, or statistical analysis to measure the impact of interventions on consumer behavior. Qualitative studies could explore studies using interviews, focus groups, or case studies to understand the motivations, barriers, and experiences related to sustainable consumption. Mixed method studies could discuss studies combining both quantitative and qualitative methods to provide a more comprehensive understanding of the phenomenon. This approach is particularly relevant when the research question necessitates a critical evaluation of different research methodologies. It allows you to compare and contrast the strengths and limitations of each approach. However, it's crucial to ensure that the methodological structure does not overshadow the content and key findings of the studies being reviewed. Section 5. Theoretical Framework. Building your research upon existing theories. A theoretical structure organizes the literature review around key theories or models relevant to your research question. This approach is suitable when your research aims to test, expand upon, or challenge existing theoretical frameworks. For example, if you are researching social norms in sustainable consumption, structure your review around relevant theories. Use theories like the theory of planned behavior, social cognitive theory, and value belief norm theory to frame your research. Position your work within existing knowledge and demonstrate your understanding of theoretical underpinnings. Another way to present your literature review is contextual, geographical structure exploring location-based research. A contextual or geographical structure organizes the literature review based on different contexts or geographical locations. This approach is beneficial when your research question explores variations or similarities across different settings. For example, structuring your review by country or region. United Kingdom. Analyze studies on policies like congestion, charging, and public transport investments. Germany. Explore research on subsidies for electric vehicles and cycling infrastructure. Sweden. Discuss studies on carbon taxes and renewable energy targets. Use this structure for a nuanced understanding of factors within specific settings. Finally, the hybrid structure, where the different approaches described earlier can effectively be combined for enhancing readability and understanding of your literature review, like weaving a tapestry of knowledge. Combining different approaches creates a nuanced and comprehensive analysis. For example, combine thematic and chronological structures to explore consumer attitudes towards sustainable packaging. Start with early environmental concerns, then move to functional attributes, and finally ethical considerations. This method highlights key themes and provides a multifaceted perspective. Okay, now that we know all these possible ways to structure your review, how do we choose the right structure? Choosing the most appropriate structure for your literature review depends on several factors. First, the research question. The nature and scope of your research question will significantly influence the most suitable structure. Second, the field of study. Different disciplines may have established conventions for structuring literature reviews. And third, personal preference. Your own preferences and writing style can also play a role in choosing a structure. The most important consideration is clarity. The chosen structure should enhance the clarity of your arguments and make it easier for the reader to follow your line of reasoning. Consider the following questions. What is the main story I want to tell with my literature review? What structure will best help me to tell that story in a clear and compelling way? By carefully considering these factors, you can choose a structure that effectively showcases your understanding of the research field and lays a strong foundation for your dissertation. Conclusion. Embracing the power of structure. A well-structured literature review is essential for any master's dissertation. It demonstrates your understanding of the research field, highlights key findings and debates, and lays the groundwork for your research. By carefully considering the different structuring methods and choosing the most appropriate approach, you can present a clear, coherent, and compelling narrative that effectively communicates your knowledge and insights. Remember, the goal is not simply to summarize existing research, but to critically analyze, synthesize, and connect different studies to build a strong foundation for your own research. Embrace the power of structure and watch your literature review transform into a valuable asset for your dissertation.